Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Finn's office, he asks Poppy to be honest with him. Is Luna my son? Poppy doesn't want to go down this road, but Finn says they must. Were there other guys at the time they were near? Or was it just him? Poppy asks him to stop asking questions. But he won't let it go. Could it be someone differently who sired Luna? Poppy claims there were others because she was youthful and single, and she was with him only formerly. Finn has a right to know. He deserves the verity. You need to tell me if I'm Luna's father. At Bill's place, Luna sensations at him having a media conglomerate and an amazing estate. He says she's better off serving her time there. Luna's sure she'd have failed if he hadn't saved her. You really are the pater. I wish I'd had. Bill put himself in her shoes. He saw his youngish tone in her. Luna feels they're a lot such like thanks to their dysfunctional, unstable maters. She urges Bill to let his pain and trauma out. He's heard her go on about her mama and he went through the same thing. Bill shrugs. He got over it. Luna wishes he'd open up to her a little more. Bill finds it amazing how analogous their springtime were. Luna thinks she can help. At Forrester, Hope kisses Carter and they flirt and spoon. She tells him so much of her life has changed because of him. Her world was falling piecemeal and he helped her piece it back together again. Carter tells her they're a platoon. They take care of each other. Hope sensations that she's back in the structure, her line is back, her mama is CEO. And she doesn't have to answer to Steffy presently. Carter recalls that she saw the value in his vision from the launch. She set up it inspiring. The others made a mistake not taking him seriously. Carter laments growing the company without his stylish friend. Hope recaps that they wanted to play it safe. She's proud to be a part of his trip. They must be doing commodity right if Daphne Rose is interested. She has a feeling the scent line will have a bigger impact than they know. At the Precipice House, Steffy thanks Daphne for meeting her. They go over that Carter and Hope can't know they're musketeers. Steffy admires the scent she's wearing and Daphne is sure Carter will love it too. Steffy knows he's a sucker for a seductive woman. Daphne is doing this for her and her family. Ridge arrives and asks, so what's going on? Steffy says Daphne's going to head over to Forrester. Ridge appreciates her fidelity, but thinks the less he knows about the plan the better. Daphne guarantees it'll be a successful operation. Steffy nods. Operation Carter Walton. At Forrester, Hope says she's no way met a woman relatively like Daphne. She loves everything about her. Carter thinks she's a good fit for them. Hope has respected her from hence and can't believe she'll get to unite with her. Pinch me. Carter can do better than that. He kisses her. Hope asks, is this a dream? She keeps fangirling over Daphne Rose. Carter tells her she has the same effect on people. Hope says indeed he must find Daphne witching. How could you not? At the Precipice House, Ridge declares that if anyone can get the company back, it's Steffy. He asks her and Daphne not to break any laws and keep it clean. Steffy warns if they go downward, so will they. Ridge doesn't suppose it goes any lower than stealing a company from your friend. Daphne announces she has to go. Carter's waiting. After Daphne's gone, Steffy tells Ridge that she's their ticket to getting the company back. She's seen her in action. They go over her being one of the most desirable women in France. Steffy's sure Carter will be unfit to repel her. Also Hope's heart will be broken, and their achievement will fall to pieces. At Bill's place, Luna tells him she has no way to repay him other than being a friend. Let me help you, Bill. She promises nothing will shock her. Bill says it's intriguing when he first met her mama, he allowed. There was virtuousness, but he also tasted commodity was out. That wrong part was the similarity she participated with my mama. Bill says she was principally a carbon dupe of his mama. Luna suppositions he means a woman who can't be trusted. A obsessive fabricator. At Forrester, Carter and Hope with the air as they learn Daphne is in the structure. Daphne enters the office and Hope tells her the scent is narcotic. She says, you have no idea. In Finn's office, he asks Poppy if she's been keeping commodity from him all these times. She says she watched about him and still does. It hurts to have him criminating her. Finn just wants answers and it's a illicit question. He needs to know the verity. Finn asks if she allowed. Tom Starr was Luna's father. Poppy doesn't want to have this discussion. Finn doesn't moreover. Poppy says also drop it. He sayn't. She turns down and he implores her to look at him. Aren't you curious? Do'n't you want to have an answer and put an end to all of this? Poppy sniffs, you have no idea. Finn sayn't believe she wants to bury her head in the beach. He sayn't do that, there's too much at stake. Poppy cries that Luna's in captivity and her life is over. She tried to raise a good girl but it was so hard. What's the point? Finn wants to know. He's had his reservations but he needs to hear it again. Poppy tells him he's not Luna's father. Hope and Finn could have a reason to connect soon. Steffy is using Daphne, who could ruin Hope and Carter relationship if everything goes according to plan. Hope may wind up devastated by the end of all this, so that could leave her single and in need of some comfort. Grounded on Hope's jest. In recent times, it may not take her long to latch onto another man and find another path forward. Meanwhile, we've got all the Luna maternity drama going on which could pave the way for Finn to need someone to lean on too. Still, that could turn his marriage to Steffy upside down. If Finn is Luna's natural father, Finn and Steffy could separate or indeed divorce once this romantic reversal strikes. With all that in mind, perhaps B&B plans to let Hope and Finn do some heartbreak cling. Could a new couple form after Hope loses Carter and Finn loses Steffy? Finn and Hope will have commodity in common if their connections suddenly fall piecemeal. This could lead to some sizzling between the waists and indeed a fresh love story. Hope wasn't successful in stealing Finn down from Steffy with her former flirting, and that crapulous kiss she planted. Still, the situation might be different if Finn is just as single and crushed as Hope. Maybe Hope and Finn will have to deal with awful bifurcations at the same time. It could open Finn up to the possibility of falling for Hope, so she might not indeed have to pursue him that hard. Whatever the case, it's easy to imagine Hope and Finn forming a Lonely Hearts Club in the not-too-distant future, so we'll bring you more prognostications on any romantic shakeups. Finn and Hope's stories could crash into each other. Steffy will grow decreasingly confident about her plot paying off. Steffy signed Daphne to ruin Carter's relationship with Hope and help get Forrester power back. But it's not a full evidence plan. As Steffy herself refocused out, the element of surprise is pivotal then. Steffy wants Hope and Carter to be blindsided by what's coming, so it's important to keep them out of the circle on who Daphne's actually working for and why. Someone could end up blowing Steffy's scheme sooner or laterly. Let's talk about 3 possible serpents who could rat Steffy out and come the biggest pitfalls to this Daphne plot. Elektra could be torn if she finds out what's ahead for Hope and Carter. Whether Steffy updates Elektra or she simply overhears rather, Elektra might be disaccorded when you suppose about who she's courting. Will is a Logan on his mama's side, so that could be a factor then. Elektra might feel shamefaced if she finds out Steffy's plan, and also listens to Will and Katie talk about how great it's that Hope has eventually set up happiness. Elektra might hear all about Hope's history romantic struggles, and decide it isn't right for Steffy to manipulate her heartache. It would mean blowing the Forresters' chance to recapture control, but Elektra might expose Steffy for crossing this particular line. Zend is someone differently who could find himself with mixed passions about Steffy's plot. Although Zend supports the Forresters' push to recapture power, he might take issue with how Steffy and Daphne are going about all this. The further Zend learns about Daphne's intentions, the more equivocal he could be. That's especially true since Zend's career as a fashion developer will really start to thrive with Hope and Carter running the show. Could Zend betray the Forresters and rankle Steffy in the end? Time will tell. But it's safe to say effects are going to get messy for Zend in the coming occurrences. The biggest trouble to Steffy's plan just might be Daphne herself. Still, she could be tempted to bail on the plot and help Carter keep power after all, if Daphne legitimately falls for Carter during this scheme. Maybe Daphne could start to fantasize herself as the new commercial queen by Carter's side. In other words, Daphne could betray Carter down from Hope and also abandon the part where she helps restore Forrester power. Whatever the case, our B&B prognostications allude that Steffy might run into some trouble when it comes to pulling all this off. Steffy may have to shift gears if someone betrays her.